Well, the culture of Chicago, man, it always stood alone. Never followed any order. It never followed the rules musically. We just wanted to sound different from everybody else. My name is DJ Sean Mack, and born and raised in this city. We always had our own sound. We've been doing this since jazz and, you know, house and deep house. Juke came after because the younger culture slingshotted off of the house music. That was our hip hop. Drill is a lifestyle. It's drill, you know. There's no format. There's no restrictions. It gave a lot of EDM DJs their inspiration to go trap, to go hip hop, to revamp their style. This event was really a good thing, man, you know, as far as with showing the culture of Chicago music and hip hop in a current state. We're in the middle, in the Midwest, so a lot of things cross this section of the world. You know what I'm saying? We have definitely remixed the culture in hip hop for sure, and still are.
When I first started DJing in Baltimore, we only played a thing called club music. My name is Quicksilver. They call me the Party Kingpin, born and raised in East Baltimore to be exact. And it was just amazing that, you know, you would walk in the club and the DJ would play this same type of 4 or 5 hours straight. Hip hop was like the downtime. It was a sound like no other, man. House music, you know, Chicago had house, Baltimore had club. House and club, it's similar, but it's not the same because the house sound was always boom, 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 boom. Where club music was boom, 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 boom. So it was the same tempo, but a different type of riff, as you call it. I'm trying to bridge that gap. Whether it's our sound in Baltimore, or the sound in DC, or sound anywhere, it's still music. It's still rap music. That's the power of music.
You know, traveling the world all the time, you know, you get influenced by a lot of people, but I always got to make sure that my sound works for at home, too. My name is DJ Infamous. I'm an artist. I'm a DJ, producer, crowd motivator, straight out of Atlanta, Georgia. Back in, say, like 96, 97, that point in time, it was like the South had a bass kind of like a booty shake movement with like Freaknik and all that stuff, you know. That sound, you could hear it, the bass thumping. I came in the middle of the crunk era, like at its peak. So a lot of that influence carries on with me, even with the trap music.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
It's summertime. It's basically a laid-back feel. Everybody gets to enjoy themselves, you know, refresh themselves with the Coors Light, and here's some good music in the midst of it.
When I first saw a hip-hop DJ, I was like, oh, I gotta do this. It was out in the parks, and you know, everybody dancing in the street, and the DJ was just cutting and scratching. And I was like, I gotta make people move like that. I am DJ Dummy, born and raised Brooklyn, New York, and I'm repping the Coors Light soundtrack right here in Charlotte. The North is about lyrics and dancing, whereas the South is catchy hooks and club bangers. That's what refreshing is.
You cannot come to Miami and just think that you're about to play the top 10 or top 15 records and tear down a party. Miami has its own sound, it has its own artists, and it has its own people. It's just a melting pot of everything. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I go by the name The Heavier the DJ, Feezy, but I represent 305 Miami. When hip hop was just starting to become what hip hop is now, with that different sound, which is called booty music, which derives from Midwest house. And then after that, you heard the Miami bass movement, and then you heard the ATL bass movement.
You've got mail. Goodbye.
I never conformed to what the style of DJing here was before I moved there, and that's what made me so different. I came up in the house era, so that's where I get my mixing and my blending from. Hip hop has always been experimental, so if you can mix all cultures and sound into one and make something very big, that's what you call Miami.